How to build successful energy companies. I think we are really exciting times. And as a utility, you always think about what's ahead, what's the future of energy going to be looking like. And if you ask this question, you actually ask the question, what's the best way to participate in a future energy world? Or how to be part of the ever-growing number of business opportunities that come with an energy world that is more sustainable, more customer-centric, and more intelligent. Now, that's actually, when you ask yourself that question, that's where typically innovation kicks in. And if you think about innovation as a utility, you've got the chance to make innovation, do it your own, or to buy, or to invest, or to collaborate. And within EnBW, we believe in all of these ways. So we do have a corporate investment fund, but we also have built a unit that is dedicated to come up with own ideas, make them big, just as much as collaborate with other startups, with other entrepreneurs. And with the latter, I would like to share a little bit of the way we want to make, and we are currently helping startups to become more successful. My name is McLachlan. I'm part of EnBW Innovation, and I've got the pleasure to help mature startups to grow and scale their business further. And that's actually, for us, the rule number one of innovation. It's not about innovation. It is actually about building great businesses. And we want to engage in that. Now, the problem with building great businesses is actually, you know it and we know it, it is really hard. And the tricky part is, especially in this phase, when you have won your first customers, when you've made your first revenues, and the reality kicks in, because you go from the startup phase actually into scale up. And that's where we've seen, and this is statistics from Crunchbase, where you see in the market that 3/4 of the startups actually fail to get funding, fail to get the right support that gets them actually from this initial phase of startup into the scale-up phase. Now, why is this so hard? And quite honestly, we also learned it partially the hard way. What we see is that moving from the startup phase, where you come up with an idea, with a compelling concept, and then actually launch your product, make your first revenues, the step towards the scale-up, where you monetize your idea, is fundamentally different, means a fundamentally different way of working. So while you, at the beginning, get the first funding because a really superb product market vision, somebody that people can relate to and believe in, the discussion fundamentally changes, and you will be asked more and more about the economics. While you are, at the beginning, the first 2-3 years on the hunt for this magic moment of product market fit, where you have got the first paying customers and actually prove you've got something of value for others, the discussion will switch, and the investor will ask you, how do you actually use the money in order to grow the business? Not to come up with another product feature idea. And that's tricky, that it requires a different mindset, because you go from the exploration and the fight for survival actually into a different mode. You want to exploit. You've got something there. Now, how to make it big, but keep that core, what you have got, and scale it up. That's why we have implemented 2 types of teams, 2 types of expert teams at EnBW to support startups in these different phases. So we've got an incubator that helps for the first 2 years to get them ready to scale, and we've got the company builder, and the task of the company builder is to help for the following 2-3 years those startups, corporate startups, but also startups that we cooperate with, to grow and make it big. Industrialize, professionalize, and even then come up with the next few ideas to put some extra fuel into the growth cycle. Now, how the incubator works, we named our program 16 to the power of 4. It's 4 steps that get you ready to scale. In the ideation phase, 16 hours, 16 days to get into this brainstorming mode. And then a 16 weeks program to detail out the concept and make it investor-proof so that you get some seed funding. And then 16 months to launch the product and get this first revenue, to make the proof that you have got something of value where others pay, and that is ready to be scaled in the later stage. That's basically us. That's EnBW innovation. We create new businesses on our own, together with you. We support new businesses, and we finance new businesses. And here you see a number of those startups that we have been working with, our own, but also companies like Vialytics and Binando, where people approached us and said, we would like to use your platform in order to get us faster through these stages and more professional. Thank you very much.